a divine scale, he can say this is more or less.
Well, she gave everything that she had.
She had, yeah.
Everything she had. So
While
that's
rich-
why Jesus said she gave more.
While a rich person, if he gives like 1%, like
Right.
of what you have. So this also proves that
خانم یک چیز خیلی کوچیک آورد هدیه بده به عیسی و عیسی گفت این از همه چیز بیشتره و به خاطر اینکه این همه داراییش داره.
that what you give is still count in God's eyes.
ولی چیزی که میدید هنوز به نظرتون میپرسه که داخل چشمان خدا حساب میشه یا نه؟
Yeah. So God gives at your. God looks at your heart.
خدا به قلبت نگاه میکنه.
Yeah. Let's go to number 7.
برید سوال شماره 7.
Someone read it.
دلایل رایج قلب ناتمام چیست؟ مانند قلب جوانی ثروتمند. چه مثال‌های دیگری از کتاب مقدس و یا حتی از تجربه شخصی خودتان وجود دارد که توضیح دهد چطور خدا از شرایط ما برای حرکت کردن به سمت تفتیش قلب‌هایمان استفاده می‌کند؟
Yeah. Did this young man have a divided heart?
این مرد قلبشو تقدیم کرده بود.
اگه تقسیم کرده بود که اونجا ناراحت می‌شد دیگه.
If he divided his heart to Jesus, he wouldn't be sad.
هر چیزی عیسی میگفت انجام می‌داد.
That everything that Jesus said, he would have done.
So did he give all of his heart to God, or was it divided? Some to God and some to somebody
به
else.
نظر شما همه قلبش رو داده بود به خدا یا نه؟ اونو دو تیکه کرده بود. یه خورده‌شو به خدا داده بود، یه خورده‌شو به چیزای دیگه.
Divided between God and money, right?
تقسیم کرده بود بین خدا و دنیا.
And do we have divided heart sometimes?
ما به نظرتون ما هم قلبی داریم که دو جاز باشه.
Yeah, because we try to worship God and something else at
ما
the same
سعی
time.
می‌کنیم که هم خدا رو بپرسیم هم یه چیز دیگه.
Yeah. But can we worship God and worship something else at the same time and still please God?
به نظرتون میتونیم همزمان هم خدا رو بپرسیم هم یه چیز دیگه و هنوز خدا رو راضی
دو
نکنیم.
تا ارباب نمیشه.
We can't serve two
Yeah.
masters.
Yeah, we cannot serve two masters. That's what it says in Matthew 6:24.
این چیزی است که داخل متی 6:24.
Yeah. So if you are married,
اگر شما ازدواج کردید،
how many of you women who are married here?
چند نفر از خانم‌ها اینجا ازدواج کردید؟
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
بذارید یه سوال ازتون بپرسم.
How would you like it if your husband loved you very, very much?
چه حسی داشتید اگه شوهرتون خیلی 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 شما رو دوست داشت؟
Always wash your feet,
که باید
do all the dishes at home,
همه ظرفا رو داخل خونه بشه.
always compliment you,
همیشه ازتون تعریف کنن
bring you flowers every day.
و هر روز براتون
Such a
مهم
husband doesn't exist.
Would you like it?
This is something that's all
But what if he loves another woman also and does the same thing for her as well?
ولی به نظرتون چی میشه اگر اون یه زن دیگر هم همینقدر دوست داشته همین کارا رو برای اون انجام بده؟
How would you like that?
از این خوشتون میاد؟
When he comes to you, he's very good to you.
وقتی میاد به شما خیلی با شما خوبه.
But when he goes to another woman, he's as good to that woman too.
ولی وقتی میشه زن دیگه هم میره همونقدر با اون خوبه.
How would you like that?
من نمیتونم باور کنم که منو
She
دوست
said,
داره.
انجام بده دیگه.
She thought that she can murder.
A murder, yeah. That's when you drive over him. But how do you think God feels
فکر میکنید که خدا چه حسی داره؟
when we come to church and say, God, I love you and I love you so much?
وقتی میایم به کلیسا میگیم خدا من خیلی دوستت دارم.
And we go to the world and say, oh, I love money so much.
و میریم داخل برمیگردیم به دنیا میگیم
I love this temptation and sin and sexual sin so much.
این رابطه فیزیکی و گناه و همه اینا خیلی دوست دارم.
And we worship God with divided hearts.
پس ما داریم خدا رو با قلبی دو تیکه پرستش میکنیم.
God is grieved.
خدا ناراحت میشه.
Do you know why the nation of Israel was destroyed?
میدونید چرا قوم اسرائیل نابود شدن؟
It was not because they did not worship God,
به خاطر این نبود که خدا رو پرستش،
because they continued to worship God,
چون اونا همینجوری خدا رو پرستش میکردن.
but it was because they worshiped God and worshiped the idol at the same time.
اونا هم خدا رو پرستش میکردن و هم اون بتشون.
Sometimes they even brought idols into the temple
بعضی موقع اونا بت‌ها رو میبردن به اون
and try to worship God and idol together.
و سعی میکردن خدا و اون بت رو با هم.
I'm sorry, but this is a very big conflict. I don't know. There are maybe 50% here. I want to ask: is there anyone here who devoted all his life to God, all his money, all his healthiness, all his even from his marriage? If you want to devote to God, you should devote everything, as you said.
کسی هست اینجا که همه زندگیش حتی پول همه چیزشو به خدا بخشیده باشه، در راه خدا بخشیده باشه؟ کسی هست الان اینجا؟
So there's nothing like this, because everyone likes to wear beautiful clothes, everyone wants to eat good food, everyone wants to have a normal life. No one here in these days, actually, no one here would devote everything to God. I don't think that this is going to happen.
Not 100%. No.
What did Jesus say is the greatest command?
عیسی گفت بزرگترین فرمان چه چیزی؟ بزرگترین فرمان.
Love your God with.
I love your name.
Love your God with all your heart,
خدا رو با تمام قلبتون.
all your mind,
همه ذهن.
all your strength.
تمام قدرت.
Did Jesus say 50% of your heart?
No, it's two different things. Okay, I love God with all my heart, but if it's going to be my wallet, am I going to spend all of my money for God?
اگه بخواد
That's the question.
جیبشون باشه میشه
Like the
همه برای خدا
saint
خرج کنه.
culture, the saint Catholic.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Buddhism, they live their life and they go to a temple and live there. They don't have any other clothes. They just put one cloth. They don't eat much,
Yeah. So the question we have to ask is, what does it mean to love God with all our hearts?
سوالی که باید بپرسیم اینه که چجوری خدا رو با تمام قلبمون دوست داشته باشیم.
Does God want us to neglect our family and our job and just pray 24 hours a day?
خدا میخواد که ما تمام خانواده و کارمون رو همین بشکنیم و فقط اون رو بپرستیم.
Right.
Vow of virtue.
That's why they got it
Get
wrong.
married.
Yeah. The Bible talks about honoring our parents.
کتاب مقدس به ما میگه که پدر و مادرمون رو احترام بذاریم.
The Bible talks about working hard as if we are working for the Lord.
میگه کار کنید، خیلی سخت کار کنید مثل اینکه داری برای خدا کار میکنید.
The Bible talks about training your children, loving them and raising them up with the Word of God.
و میگه که بچه‌هاتون رو آموزش بدید و با محبت اونها رو بزرگ کنید و با کلام خدا.
Yeah, so loving God with all our heart.
دوست داشتن خدا با تمام قلبمون.
It does not mean that we neglect our other responsibilities.
به این معنی نیست که خانواده و بقیه کارامون رو حقیر بشماریم و اونها رو انجام ندیم.
It means that we love our family even more.
به این معنی که ما حتی خانوادهمون رو بیشتر دوست داشتیم.
But not for the sake of my own satisfaction, but for the glory of God.
نه برای این که برای رضایت خودمون باشه، برای جلال خدا باشه.
Yeah, so you go to work, go to school, do everything that you need to do
به مدرسه برید، کاراتون انجام بدید، تمام کارهایی که نیاز دارید انجام بدید.
with the desire to glorify God.
با این خواسته که خدا رو جلال
Does it
بدید.
make
That's the
sense?
point. Because that makes sense. Because if you want to glory your family, if you want to pay attention to your family, you should have money. And if, for example, if you are a father and you have a 5 years old daughter and you cannot pay her or I don't know, buy her an iPad, she doesn't love you more, So when Jesus told to that young man that you should pay everything to God, I think he wanted to say another thing.
Yeah, so that's also an important question.
can I translate it first? As she said? Can I
Yeah,
translate
yeah.
it? شو فکر میگن که خب این نکتهش اینه که ما اگه پول نداشته باشیم نمیتونیم شوهر رو راضی نگه داریم، بچه دیگه دوستمون نداره بیشتر، دیگه آخر دوست داشتنش تموم میشه اگه نتونیم براش آیقت بخریم. و خب عیسی وقتی به اون مرد این حرف رو زد که گفت همه دارایی تو ببخش، چه چیزی بود؟
Yeah. So if the young man actually sold everything he had and gave all his money to the poor,
اگر اون مرد همه داراییش میفروخت و به فقیران میداد،
do you think that good work would make him enter into heaven?
به نظر تو اون کار خوب باعث میشد که اون به بهشت وارد شه؟
No,
Jesus knew
right?
that he will not do it.
No,
So
that's
he told him
not
that.
the point. That's not the point. But no good work can lead us into heaven.
با اینکه کار خوب ممکنه ما رو به بهشت ببره،
Not even selling all our possession and giving it to the poor.
نه حتی کار خوبی که همه چیزامون رو بفروشیم و به فقیرها بدیم.
But for that young man, that was necessary
ولی برای اون مرد جوان لازم بود این کار.
because to him money was his idol.
برای اون پولش بتش.
That was keeping him from going to God, who could save him.
که جلوی اون رو گرفته بود که بره به سمت خدا.
That makes sense?
ولی توی متی 19:29 میگه که هر که به خاطر نام من خانه یا برادر یا خواهر یا پدر یا مادر یا فرزند یا املاک خود را ترک کرده باشد 100 برابر خواهد یافت و حیات جاویدان را به دست خواهد آورد.
So in Matthew 19:29, yes, if anybody leave her sister, brother, mother, and everything, and sell all of his or her position,
God gave him 100%.
God gave him 100 more.
البته بحث
خب ولی پاستور مثلا میگه که میذاره عزیزم صحبت کنم.
Yeah. So what's
She's starting to ask.
ولی پاستور گفتن که این به این معنا نیست که شما پدر، مادر یا فرزند یا مثلا دارایی خودتون رو کاملا رها کنید.
But the question is, you didn't say that you should have leave your family, brother, mother, and everything, and all your position.